Alright, first stream. Bear with me. So, today I want to talk about this box I have here. It arrived today. I have a few different scenes set up in OBS Studio here. And so yeah, still learning streaming as I did, so bear with me. I was in Roscon in Odense in Denmark a few weeks ago, at the end of October. And one of the talks that I loved the most from PAL Robotics, the people who make this robot on the very right, Telos. They gave a great talk and they showed on one of their slides that there's just too many humanoid robots. Multiple are being released per week. I also saw the Unitree robot there. There's a lot of hype around these robots at the moment. Maybe a better picture to show you would be this that I found from Google Images. We've all seen the backflip videos from HD Atlas. Neo is doing really well. They're going straight to the home. GUR1. NVIDIA, there was a famous NVIDIA GTC talk with Jensen Huang where he came on stage with 6 or 8 of these different robots. I've been following all of them very closely. There's also the new electric Atlas here. Unitree H1 and G1. And we've all seen the Tesla videos. So much to talk about every aspect of these robots, but I find them exciting. Maybe we're too early. Maybe they'll still take 5 or 10 more years for mass adoption, but I want to join that ride, and I like making robots. My background is in robots, computer engineering. So let's see where we go from here. And I'm also going to humanoids at the end of this month, so I decided I wanted to buy a humanoid robot, but they're all too expensive. So the Unitree G1 is like 16,000, but now I've seen prices going up to 80,000. I just don't have that kind of money. So I wanted to learn. I can do things in simulation, but it's just not the same as real hardware. So I bought this AiNex Ross Education AI Vision humanoid robot from HiWander. Standard kit, Raspberry Pi 5. There was a massive shortage 2 years ago in the supply chain crisis. So I decided to buy the 8GB version. And it comes with many different things. This one had arms or grippers. It comes with a controller, many different things. So let's, I suppose, unbox it together. Many different things to talk about. There's a pan tilt head, powered by Raspberry Pi I mentioned. 24 degrees of freedom, so a lot of different servos. 2 in the head, 2 in the shoulder, 2 in the elbow. 2 elbows, of course. 1 in the hand, hip, knee, ankle. Okay, so I can change my screen to here, and the box is here. Let's unbox it. I've always watched unboxing videos. Can't believe I'm making my own, but I wanted to get some footage for a better video later. It comes with a nice manual. Many different functionalities, face detection, line following, target tracking, wireless control. Probably won't be able to run the code in this stream, but let's at least see the robot. And there we go. Take them out carefully. Alright. Kind of stands by itself. Let's see, without any power. Just about. Kind of leaning against the box. Nice. What else comes in the box? A ball. I think you can kind of kick this ball or follow it with its face and walk towards it, track it. Nice. Throw away some of these things. Comes with a universal plug to Europe. Comes with some wires, a micro SDXC card, 512 gigabytes, probably for the Raspberry Pi for the Raspberry Pi's SD card to get the operating system on. We have these blocks that it can pick up with its wrists. Green, cyan blue, and pinky red. The ball I mentioned. What else do we have? So there's the charger. That's to charge the LiPo battery. Screwdriver. Always useful. The controller. Nice. Okay. Move some of these things aside. I think the software will take some time to set up, so no time for that today. Probably should charge it a little. But before we do that, let's see how it looks here. Pretty light. See from the page how many kilos it is. We mentioned kg. Product weight standard is 2.45 kilograms. Whole package is 3.7, but yeah, the product. And it's got this 3.5 amp hour LiPo battery inside. I'll check that I have everything. Standard, 24 degrees of freedom. I think it's 2 extra degrees of freedom in the arm or the hand maybe. We'll get to that. 2 amp charger, have it. Wireless controller, have it. Card reader, have it. I don't know if it actually comes with the SD card, probably, we'll see. Got the purple ball, 3 blocks, screwdrivers and accessory bag. Probably yeah, there's some screws in here. Yeah, like the wire, etc. Yeah, so I got that. Of course, the user manual. Nice. Seems pretty clean. They also sent a Google Drive link with all the code. I don't think it's open source, so I'm not sure if I can share any of it. I'm asking them. And it's all ROS compatible, which is great, so it's very controllable and we can make more advanced behaviors than come already packaged in. From basics to actual control and kinematics, AI vision grabbing, everything. But yeah, let's go through even a simulation. So yeah, let's go through the degrees of freedom. Follow lines, go over hurdles, go up and down steps, pretty impressive. Go under objects, kind of a crouch, and it's gait, and it can also follow humans from human to robot, like tracking. 3D face detection. That's just running software, I suppose, that you can get with media pipe and stuff. BID, April tag recognition, pick up things. Cool. You can make it run faster. Semi-closed loop self-stabilizing gate algorithm. I don't think these servos have torque control, so everything's position control, so I'm really curious how far you can get without torque control in humanoid robots. But there's been many other quadrupeds that are similar. No torque control, joint angle readback, voltage display. I suppose the IMU makes you more aware of where the orientation of the entire body. Okay, let's go through the ground up here, beginning with the hips. So open this new tab, move my camera over here. First time using OBS Studio, by the way, very impressed. Many ideas for how to use scripts and other things to make cool shortcuts. Anyway, back to the robot. So finding the camera. So of course we have pitch of the ankle. It's like in human biomechanics, that's called dorsiflexion, when you're bringing your toes closer to your shin. I actually have bad dorsiflexion on my body, and I'm working on improving it. That's why I know that word. There's also plantar flexion in the opposite way. That's the human word. But here it's just 1 degree of freedom to go up and back. I'm also impressed that we have the roll angle that's really useful in humans as well. I wonder if that's the same degrees of freedom as a human. Probably not. We can point the ankle like in a yaw, but this robot doesn't have that. Okay, knees. Knees are always simple on the surface as 1 degree to go up, in, closing and opening. It's like an elbow, is the equivalent to an elbow but for the leg. 1 degree of freedom there. And hips, I always find hips very confusing, but in humans and in maybe in robots too. We're supposed to have hip roll, pitch and yaw. Well, I suppose roll is that. Could be wrong. And then, yeah, yaw is that. Which servo is actually doing that? It's the one that's attached deep in there, it's hard to see. And then of course we have the pitch, it's like kicking, bringing the femur. It's different than the knee. That's the knee, whereas the whole leg, the femur, is kicking forward. I want to make this robot kick balls. It actually comes with that. And play soccer. It comes with that functionality, and I'm really looking forward to that. So can I do the splits? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good split flexibility. Okay. How high can I stand? Can I find balance? Oh, it's really hard to kind of find balance in real life and on robots. I get a better camera here. Trying to find the balance. It's easier when we have lower center of gravity. We do the front splits. That's impressive flexibility again. I think we've covered ankle pitch, ankle roll. I want to break things. And I can kind of be in this squat position. That's a good balance. The low center of gravity, especially since the motors are not powered, so they can't stay in any position. So yeah, we covered ankle pitch, ankle roll, knee joint, just pitch, hip joint roll, that's kind of the middle splits, hip joint pitch, that's the front splits, either for hamstrings or for hip flexion backwards. I'm coming from a movement way, a human biomechanic way of thinking about this. And then the hip joint yaw is actually rotating, internally or externally rotating your leg like this, and you can point the leg like this. Cool. That was the lower body. Just to make sure I got all these degrees of freedom good. So the times 2 is of course for 2 legs. So yeah, the hip, the ankle, each leg, the ankle had 2 degrees pitch and roll. The knee, 1 degree of freedom as we talked about for 2 legs. The hip, roll, pitch, yaw. It's like a ball and socket joint, the hip kind of. That's why the leg can point in many different ways. It's like a shoulder. The hand, we didn't cover that, so we're on the upper body now. I can lift this hand up. It actually doesn't fall down due to weight. It can stay in any position even without power, which is surprising. So the hand can open pretty wide and close. They do feel like sturdy servos. I've used some bad servos in the past. Cool, so there's 2 hands, 2 kind of wrist or hand grip motions in the hand. Okay, elbow is 2 degrees of freedom, surprisingly. So yeah, you can rotate your elbow. I don't think humans can do that. We're actually rotating our human arm bone. The humerus is the top bone. I thought we rotated with the shoulder. So yeah, but we don't have to copy humans exactly. So yeah, we have elbow rotation, and also of course the classic elbow closing like the knee. You can almost balance on 1 foot. Almost. Elbow closing. Let's call it elbow pitch, I suppose, and then elbow roll. Is it arbitrary if you call it yaw or roll? I suppose it makes more sense to call it roll. We're like rolling. Shoulder, only 2 degrees of freedom. The human shoulder is 3, but we seem to have covered that rotation in the roll rotation in the elbow. So shoulder, we have, let's call it pitch, and also another roll. So we have 2 rolls. two servos taking care of the roll, and that enables the robot to like even pick up things behind it. So we could pick up things behind it. Humans can't do that. My elbow can't go back anymore. I don't have double jointed elbows. We can roll it and it can get into position. I wonder if I'm causing a back EMF to power these servos, but I think they're probably protected against that. And nice, so it actually can touch its hands together. Really cool. Robot doctor. Nice. That's fully open arms and fully open legs. The middle split, actually, yeah, the middle split is almost 180 degrees. Huh. Cool. An active middle split. So we covered the shoulder, as I said, pitch, and another roll. I wouldn't call it yaw, but debatable. Depending on which right angle hand you have, Euler rotation you have. So there's the head. It also has pitch, looking up, all the way back, very impressive, and looking all the way this way, pitch, and then yaw at the spout. You can look all the way back, then the wires probably start getting tangled. I don't feel I should move these servos too much. It always feels a bit wrong to move servos like that. Okay. What else is there to talk about? A lot of fancy words here. But I suppose 3 axes in the hip joint is useful. Ooh, almost falling. Dual hip joints. I hope the other joints also have a magnetic encoder bus servo. Temperature feedback is useful, of course. Angle obstructions, I'm really worried about that, as long as we don't crash into things and make sure we don't overheat. Can I buy these servos? So which... Find the servo here. HX12H serial bus servo. Is a bus servo better than the PWM servo? We'll see. HX12H. There it is. $17. Not bad. And it's a pack. How many? 3? What kind of Newton meter or kilogram centimeters are we talking about? Torque 12 kilogram centimeters at 11 volts. 0 to 240 degrees. That's awesome. 12 kilogram centimeters means that at 1 centimeters we could lift 12 kilograms. If we were to put a single 1 centimeter servo attachment, horn attachment, that was lifting a weight, we could at 1 centimeter be able to lift that upwards at the most extreme point. That's good, but then things get much worse the further that radius is. So like 2 centimeters, you only would have 6 kilogram, be able to lift only 6 kilograms. Cool. What else can we talk about? I need a lot of time to get the software working. Oh, the hip has a bigger motor, a magnetic encoder. I wonder what the other ones, maybe they're more a serial bus, not PWN, so you need a bigger motor for the legs to hold all that weight. Voltage display, that's really useful for LiPo batteries, because if LiPos go too low, it's actually dangerous, or you could die or blow up. You gotta really be careful with how much voltage they have. Oh, and that's HX35, HX12, and then also one with a magnetic encoder. So only one servo has a magnetic encoder, I suppose. Why does that one need to be the most accurate? I don't know yet. Is it doing the most work? Is this the rotation? I think so. It probably holds the most weight as well in an inverted pendulum setup. Yeah, so the bigger servo has 35 kilogram per centimeters. Well, the whole robot is, as I said, was 2.45 kilograms, but depends on how you do all your calculations, where that torque matters the most. What is the robot capable of? Temperature, voltage, and precision. Object, autonomous grabbing object transportation. I wanted to pick up my socks. That could be useful. I think the fingertip trajectory control is a bit of a gimmick, but we'll see how it works. Mostly just software. Well, it's kind of cool. You can put your fingers very wide and then the robot will go lower. I wonder how long the battery will last for. Powering so many servos and only 3.5 amp hours. I wonder if I'll be charging it all the time. Can I charge it while running it? That's another question. And here we describe the magnetic encoder servo. Also 35 kilogram centimeters. Accuracy. Doesn't seem much better than the others. It says it's more resistant to vibrations maybe, and it maybe has more position, it can read the position better, more accurately. It's unclear, or more precisely. Extends its angle range to 360 degrees. More power. I suppose, yeah, it's the most important motor. Like the gluteus maximus is the laziest body in the body. Yes. Related. I mean, the quads and the hamstrings are also some of the biggest muscles. We talked about this pitch and yaw of the camera. Looks like it's a good camera. Looking forward to try it. There's the Raspberry Pi, and then also this expansion board for as a buzzer, extra IC input output, GPIO, acceleration sensor, IMU probably. That was for Raspberry Pi 4, this is Raspberry Pi 5. It's pretty similar, I think. And a light. The battery we talked about. What's this? Yeah, the voltage display module. Did I get that? Maybe I didn't. Standard kit doesn't mention anything. I've got the hand due to the standard kit. An extra 2 degrees and 2 hands. What was the other one? What are the extra 2 degrees? I'm not fully sure yet. 41 centimeters tall, standing straight. 41.5. Nice parameters here. IMU, 3-axis gyroscope, 3-axis accelerator, and compass. Usually magnetometers get a bit screwed close to other electronics. We'll see how that works. Only 32 gigabyte SD card. I suppose I don't need that much. Looking forward to try the software to get the servo angles and tuning calibration correct. Did I get the voltage display module? I don't see it yet. Oh, at the bottom. I see a voltage display here. You can kind of see it. Nice. So then I'll leave it to another session to debug it and get the software working, but I don't think I can share the code. It's not open source. I had to ask for it. There was another diagram here showing the different degrees of freedom, the different servos. You can tune them, calibrate the zero angles, and what are the maxes, mins and maxes of the pulse widths, if they're PWM. But it's a similar thing for serial bus servos. I've done line following with cars, with like little cars with wheels or differential drive robots, so it'll be interesting to try that with an actual walking gait. I want the robot to walk around the house and maybe pick up socks, as I said, or do more things. They have an app. I don't think I'll be using the app. Might be cool to try initially. Okay, I think I'll stop streaming then. We covered everything here. Here's my baby. My poor baby. I'm gonna feed him well, make him run around, get big and strong, learn new skills. Gonna stand upright. No, I already tried that. Well, look, it's actually standing upright. Just don't touch it. Nice. Nice. Cool, then I'll stop streaming. Thanks. don't care if anyone's watching. This has been interesting for me to learn to talk better, learn to stream better, get some footage so I can make a better YouTube video of this and practice my storytelling. And it's fun. Humanoids are fun. I think there's a real niche for humanoid robot content, learning humanoids, and I haven't seen much of it, so let's see if I actually get the time to record some videos running this humanoid and more. Okay, thank you. I think I'll stop streaming.